Hello and welcome back to Soul. So, we're continuing on with this Wight Lord campaign. So let's go and finish off Act 2, I guess. Enter the Circle, Place of Power. Yeah, Hex of Ruin is a must. Yeah, it's a must spell. So, what do I want to do? Let's see my army. I think that's fine to take on a normal battle and then an elite fight. So yeah, let's go. Right then, let's see what the enemies have. So luckily, we're fighting against the Lizardmen, so they don't have any sort of ranged units, except for these, fire lizards, and also maybe those, javelin throwers, but we didn't get any this time, so that's really nice. I'm pretty sure the Triceratops does have short bows, yeah, they do. So that's something to worry about later on, I guess. I'm in fact going to actually charge the, this, I guess T-Rex with the Saurian Warlord on top of it. That's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to basically charge in with all the direwolves that I can and hopefully overwhelm him. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it works out, won't we? So last episode I talked about some insects, and I'm going to be continuing on with that topic and of insects, and some interesting facts about them, some cool information and other stuff like that. So yeah, there was like a bunch of insects that you could get commercially. So like butterflies, there's like a bunch of like kids butterfly nets and stuff like that. Or well, cages where you like buy a bunch of butterfly eggs, and then people basically have to you grow them out, and then during the summer you just release them. So stuff like that is very common as kids' toys. So and then obviously. Oh wow! I don't know what I'm gonna do against that vile lizard. I guess I'll think about it later on, won't I? But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that, and then obviously people can get commercially sourced ladybugs, because ladybugs do quite well at ladybugs have a whole thing going where they are really good at killing pests. So what's the word? There's these like little green insects in the UK that like to sit on plants and they basically eat them. So the ladybugs are really good at getting rid of those. So stuff like that is just really good, I guess, in my opinion. And yeah, nothing to really say about it much. But just really good for gardens and things like that. So stuff like that is always good to know. But some, I guess, exotic pets are rhinoceros beetles. So the giant beetles that have really loud wings, and they also have the ability to they also have the ability to kind of almost partially fly. They're so big that they have problems flying, but yeah, I'm not going to charge anything else in, because the main thing is that I charge into the Saurian Warlord, and then they can hit him with the debuff from the Wight Lord on a dragon, because he has the Hex. So here we go, Hex this guy. That should be a lot of attacks coming in his way, and with the reduced defense he should be going to basically die. That's the plan anyway. But we'll see how well it works, won't we? So I'm going to pass them to and see what happens. But yeah, rhinoceros beetles are really cool exotic pet. The only problem with them is the fact that they come as in like larvae. So they come as in like worms, and then you basically have to grow them out in coconut husks, and they basically have a really long lifespan where they're just in the soil doing absolutely nothing, and it's a very, very boring insect, I'm not gonna lie. But when they emerge, it's very cool to have like this giant beetle that makes a bunch of noise whenever it flaps its wings. Yeah, it's that sort of stuff is really cool. But as I've said, again, a big problem is the fact that it's just not really entertaining watching it basically burrow into the coconut husk, and that's where it lives for the remainder of however long it stays in that form, I guess. Yeah, it's very boring in that sense. So what else have I got to do? I guess I can't charge it to anything else, so yeah, that's pretty much my only charge that I can make. Cool. And then I guess I am gonna, should I hex this guy? I mean, should I hex him later? I guess I will hex him later. Yeah, no point in hexing him now, because you never know what might happen in between now and later, and maybe the Wight Lord even fails to deal enough damage to the guy. So I'm just gonna hex him later when I know for a fact that I could get some attacks on the guy, and that will be enough to rat him. Right then, we'll see how well this works, won't we? Maybe it's side charging. We'll have to see. I'm pretty sure that's a side charge that you can't charge me, so that's very cool. And then this could be a side charging on the Raptor Riders. We'll see how well this works, won't we? So that's very cool. No other charges to declare. Again, the White Lord trying his best, and he's just barely fighting against the Triceratops. That's very cool. I got to admit that he's very, you know, well, the Raptorizer is actually okay. I wasn't expecting that, that's for sure. I was kind of expecting the Raptoriders to do slightly better. And then, oh wow, even the Fire Lizard Vouts. Okay, I guess I'm not getting bad rolls, that's for sure. Because yeah, I'm kind of used to having to always use more units than is necessary to deal with the enemy, because I'm always used to my own units kind of failing their rolls. So yeah, having units that actually succeed their rolls is in fact very nice. So very cool. We'll see how these charges go, won't we? I really hope that the Saurian Warriors also vote, but we'll see. I'm going to have to hex the Triceratops now, because I feel like we got enough attacks coming in from the Skeleton Knights as well over there, so it should be quite fine, shouldn't it? I really hope that that's enough, otherwise, yeah, I'm going to have a really difficult time getting rid of the Triceratops, since I already used all my hexes. So yeah, always, you know, after you run out of hexes, it always becomes really difficult dealing with these high defense units, high discipline. So this is my only chance to get rid of the Triceratops, and even then it still has 4 defense. There we go. Wow, that's so big. The fact that I was able to just barely get rid of it is massive. So yeah. And I guess another really cool insect to keep are bees. You know, getting your own honey and wax. Although mainly the thing that you really want is the honey. So it's really cool to just get free honey. And, you know, the problem is that obviously you need pretty sure you need like a permit or something to keep bees, and it's a big hassle to get it and stuff like that. So, you know, it's not something that I'm all too interested in. And yeah, we'll see how these charges go. I'm pretty sure we should be doing quite well, shouldn't we? And yeah, oh yeah, everyone fits in perfectly. That's so nice. And these guys actually come back. The Raptoriders came back. No, you don't. I don't think you do come back. I don't think you do. Go back to wherever you came from, Raptoriders. You should have continued running. I'm gonna get you now. So it's up and get rid of everyone enough. This turn that it just routs the enemies, because it's a pretty much done case. I don't think the enemies can return, so there they go, routing this turn. Cool. So bees are really cool. And yeah, I watched some beekeeping videos, and it's really interesting. So if you wanted to know how beekeepers know if, like, you know, because always whenever beekeepers collect honey, you might think that how do they know to collect honey without the bees inside of it? But it's actually really simple. They prevent the queen from laying eggs in the parts of the hive where they want to collect honey by quite literally using like a net. So obviously the queen bee is larger than ordinary bees. So that's quite obvious, isn't it? So a good way to prevent the queen from just straight up laying eggs where you want to just collect honey is by putting like a net that allows the normal worker bees to go through, which means they can still put the honey in the cells of the wax and continue making more wax, you know, honeycomb. But the queen can't get through to lay eggs there, which is how you get these, you know, cells of honey. And then obviously the beekeepers, they have like this tower, so around halfway in the tower they put the little special metal grid in, or like the wiring, and they basically isolate the queen from the rest of the hive where they want the honey. So yeah, once the oh wow, it's the Archdevil. I don't actually have any cannons to deal with him this time, so I'm actually gonna have to deal with him in melee. That's a bit of a problem, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, okay. Okay, maybe this is where I die, because okay, yeah, I don't really have anything to do with the enemies. Okay, this is not good, but I can hope that I can win. You know, with the hopes and dreams and friendship of the undead, we might be able to win against our enemies. Luckily, the enemies don't have any sort of like cannons of their own, so you know, it's all ranged for that matter, except for the sorceress. So it's not like the enemies are going to be exactly competing with us in terms of ranged, are they? So it's definitely more fair than, you know, you would think. It's a closer battle, that's for sure. Well, I'm actually going to try to get a side charge in on these guys, just because, no, side charge, why not? So actually fire on these guys and then give the movement to this unit over here, and then hopefully that's going to let me just move around. Oh wow, okay, yeah, right then, and done that. Let's see what the enemies do. This guy the Archdevil is going to try to attack me. I'm not going to let that. I'm going to kite him, because I don't really have to go into melee. No, it's a waste of my time. So yeah, I guess that's really cool. And then obviously the beekeepers, they have like a special tool, which is like almost like a rolling pin, and they just roll it over the honeycomb, and that basically allows them to uncap all the capped honey cells, and then they just take that honey, and they make I guess yeah, that's just their honey that they get to keep. Really cool, isn't it? Really intricate as well. So they got that. They shouldn't be able to charge me, should they? No, they shouldn't. Cool, and I can charge them. Very nice. What else have I got to do? Oh, wow, that's really nice. Yeah, that's not looking good for me, is it? Right, then, maybe I could do something like this, where I could still charge it to this guy. That's the plan anyway. We'll see, we'll see. I'm pretty sure that's still a charge on the side, but we'll definitely have to see, won't we? So, I could skip turns, can't I? But I'm not going to do that because it's not really in my style to skip turns, is it? I'm probably going to get charged by the Abyssal Sorceress in the Wight Lord. So the Wight Lord is going to die again, so that's Wight Lord gone again. They're going to charge this side there. Abyssal Sorceress is targeting the Knights, actually. Okay, that's fine by me. I don't mind. I don't mind. Cool. But then let's see how these charges go. Obviously, all the Knights have got their, you know, Lance and Shield, so they get additional 2 power whenever they charge. So we'll see how well this works out. Okay, right, this isn't looking good for my, you know, Wight Lord, but we'll see how it goes, won't we? Right then, I'm going to move around here, and I'm going to turn around to charge them in the side. And obviously there's the giant Archdevil, which is, again, a big problem. I would prefer to not have to fight the Archdevil, that's for sure. Because the Archdevil is scary. He's scary, scary, scary. Right then, I'm going to move these guys just over here in case the, you know, Skeleton Knights immediately get fully destroyed. Maybe I should have actually turned them to face the Abyssal Sorceress in case the Wight Lord deals with the Abyssal Knights, but I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we? So Hex of Ruin these guys, so then the Skeleton Knights can deal with them. I don't know. They still got good good stats, don't they? So we never know if they are going to vout or not. So we'll see. I can't actually go over there. That's fine. Do something that's cool. Continue kiting them. So yeah, let's see what else I have got. So and yeah, really cool scientist information. So as you know, whenever I talk about science, you know, it's really cool information. And in this specific case, scientists have actually been able to do something really cool, and that is they've been able to map the brain of a fly. And they've been able to map the entirety of a fly's brain. And by the entirety, I do mean the entirety. Usually whenever scientists map something, it's like, oh, you know, it's the human brain, and they've mapped the sections of the brain and stuff like that. But no, this time the scientists have in fact mapped every single neuron in a fly's brain. That's crazy. That is genuinely crazy. That's thousands of neurons. Now, they did use AI to help them. They trained the AI to distinguish between which neuron is what and what it does and stuff like that. But they were able to basically map these neurons, and then obviously they were able to, I guess, find out what, you know, basically construct the fly's brain one neuron at a time. And that's so crazy. I'm not going to lie, that's so cool as well. Mapping a fly's brain. Really cool, very interesting. And yeah, there we go. I hope that these skeletons live long enough, because they're really kind of just holding the line, I guess, for the Wight Lord and his dragon. But okay, right. These guys vout. They do have really good discipline, so I'm not expecting them to. Yeah, they're not going to vout anytime soon, are they? Charge from the sides on both of these sides. Yep, cool. Prevent the Archdevil from doing anything silly, like trying to, you know, attack my units or anything like that. So yeah, definitely don't let the Archdevil get a charge off. That's fine. I could actually hex him, but I don't know how useful that'll be. Probably not too useful, is it? I don't know. I'm gonna keep my hexes for later. Yeah, I am. No point wasting it right now, so move something like this, and then yeah, attack this guy in the side. That's cool. That's the plan. And obviously this guy, he can move all the way over here, and then he can turn around and charge over here in the side. We'll see. I think that's still a frontal charge, isn't it? So that's a bit of a shame. Right then, and yeah, these guys, they got 10 discipline, so yeah, 12 morale. They're never routing. That's what's happening with them. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? Because if they're never going to rout, it's going to be really difficult to actually get rid of them. And there goes the sorceress. She's gone, and these guys are continuing to rout. That's very nice. This dragon is really pulling his own weight. He has 6 power. Yeah, that's very nice. Actually able to actually do something. Countercharge the Abyssal Knights because we got hand weapon and shield, so we get a bonus from a charge. Actually charge these guys in. No, I'm going to avoid charging in from the side because it's really unnecessary, isn't it? These guys got 3 defense, so the fact that they're still alive is very surprising. isn't it? I was kind of expecting them to vat a long time ago, but they're still here. So that's really just unfortunate. I'm going to move these guys back slightly here, so then if these guys do vat away, yeah, if the Abyssal Knights vat away because of the Skeleton Warriors, I can still kind of hopefully get them in range. But we'll see. Because if I'm like right here staring at them and they run past me, then I can't obviously charge them again. But if I'm like over here, hopefully they move back and they're like somewhere over here and I can still charge them. We'll see how well that works, won't we? And yeah, I'm going to save that Hex for later, I guess. I don't know. I'll use it whenever I want to use it. That's what I'll do. Because, you know, I'm just not confident in using it now. I'm very indecisive about my use of the Hex. And well, there's a lot of attacks going through on the Abyssal Knights, and unfortunately it's not enough. Okay. Oh, well. Yeah, that's not good. So, yeah. Apart from that, what else have I got to talk about? So, yeah, 23andMe, which is like this DNA type of company, like collects your DNA and finds your ancestry and stuff like that. So, 23andMe is in fact going bankrupt. Now, the funny thing about 23andMe is, and something that's really bad for everyone else that used it, is the fact that they're not under the Hippocratic Oath. So basically, they can in fact share your private information. So, you know, if your family is like found to be, you know, because you sent in like a genetic sample of your spit, and they found out that your family has a genetic predisposition for, you know, getting a specific like kidney failure type of situation, then they can in fact relay that information to your basic insurer, and the insurer can increase your insurance costs because they know that you have a higher likelihood of kidney failure. Now that's something that usually isn't talked about because usually hospitals can't share that sort of information, you know, with your insurer. But the thing is with 23andMe is the fact that they not under the Hippocratic Oath, so they can in fact share such private information, which is really bad for the consumer. And because they're going bankrupt, the only information that they got that they can share is in fact your private information about your family and stuff like that. So somebody somewhere is going to be buying a lot of people's private information. Most likely, you know, not for the best of reasons. Shall we put it this way? Pretty sure Jeff Bezos doesn't want people's private information because he's going to send them birthday gifts, is he? No, he wants their private information because he plans on selling them a bunch of nonsense, like you know, like heart medicine or something like that. If you have a heart problem in your family, so yeah, yeah. Right then, so we have a bit of a tent that we have to go to now. So yeah, let's go over here to the shop and then the tent, obviously. But yeah, it's quite nice. Let's see, we got a discount on this giant. Yeah, sure, I'll take the giant. Why not? He can, you know, I guess act as a bit of a distraction for some of the units. Unfortunately, I don't think he gets reroll 1, so I don't know how useful the rock will be. I'd much rather prefer the Banner of Mist over anything else. And Curse Standard. Curse Standard is also very nice. Getting additional attacks on the already quite nice horses is definitely really nice. But Relentless, it's also nice. Reroll failed damage saves. I don't really think that matters. I'll take the Vitality though. And the opponents reroll successful saves just to annoy the opponents. So even if they do have good saves, they won't be using those good saves for long because they're going to be forced to reroll the good saves. So yeah, that's really nice. In general, so yeah, let's take whatever we can. It looks like we're pretty much all topped up on our, you know, all topped up on our healing, so it doesn't really matter. I just have to take replenishment. Unit size over here, it's yeah, that's why not? Why not just make the units bigger? And additional attacks, yeah, sure. Additional attacks for this guy, especially with all of his buffs that he has on. And let's go to this Act 2 fight. Right then, we really don't have any space left over here, do we? Because everyone is just kind of, you know, everyone is, for all intents and purposes, like really squished together like a kind of sardines, aren't they? So yeah, should I move up the giant or should I move something else up? Luckily the enemies don't have any cannons, so yeah, the armies are definitely smaller, it feels like. That's what it feels like in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see how this works out, won't we? So I guess I wanted to talk a bit about the Lunchley situation. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that is because, you know, Lunchley was found to be serving, you know, one of the few things that Lunchley had going for it was the fact that they had real cheese in their food. So it wasn't the American, you know, cheese byproduct type of stuff. But as it turns out, maybe Lunchables used the byproduct for a reason, and Lunchley just found out why, because a lot of their, you know, cheese was found to be, you know, moldy. And the biggest potential cause for that is the simple fact that Lunchley is basically transported from the facility where it's made in trucks, and obviously for you to transport it from the facility to a truck, it's not refrigerated, and then on the truck there's no guarantee that the truck itself has got some sort of refrigeration, and then on top of that there's no guarantee that it is refrigerated as soon as it's taken off the truck. So because of that time frame, and then when it gets to a person's home as well, you know, when they put it in their lunchbox as well afterwards, you know, there is potential for it to not be refrigerated while it's being transported from the home to the workplace, and then obviously waiting in the lunchbox while the person, you know, goes out and has... I'm going to give myself some unholy vigor, but yeah, while the person goes out and has their work and stuff like that, and then they obviously lunch, but you know, you don't immediately eat lunch as soon as you get to work, so obviously the Lunchley is just sitting quite literally in the person's lunchbox, I guess, while they're at work, and there's no guarantee that there's any sort of refrigeration while at work for these people. There's a lot of stuff like that where Lunchley is just not doing too well, mainly because... mainly because the refrigeration requirements are not being met at, you know, multiple potential stages. So yeah, a lot of people are getting mouldy Lunchley, which isn't a problem that Lunchable has. And this is also the first shipments that are coming out as well. So this is why it's kind of really problematic, because the first shipment's kind of like, yeah, it's not good first impressions, is it? You know, people you know, base their decisions off first impressions, and yeah, that's just not good. Yeah, there we go. The zombie giant doing quite well. Doing quite well, that's for sure. Move around here. Actually, no, I don't think that's good. I think just charging these guys in the side is ideal. Yep, there we go. Cool. And obviously the dragon's being shot at. It's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, we're just going to have to bear with it for now. That's very cool, I guess. And then obviously do something like this, and yeah, we're basically just going to charge into the enemies from the front and see what happens from there, because I really don't... Yeah, there's no real ability for us to flank or anything like that. That's for sure. Everything is kind of, you know, it's kind of already preset, I guess. Yeah, there's not enough room to, you know, move. So I'm just gonna have to take the frontal charges and hope for the best. Obviously, this guy wasn't able to find a charge on the enemies, so that's a bit unfortunate as well. So plenty of problems like this where we just can't find any charges available. So I'm going to pass some turns and see what happens. So yeah, apart from that happening with Lunchley, I wanted to talk about a game called Zoocosis. So I talked a bit about it earlier on. It's a bit of like a horror game, and you know, it finally came out, and you know, the horror game about basically like being a zookeeper in the zoo that has a bunch of weird experiments happening to the animals, and the animals may or may not be, you know, monsters, or turning into monsters slowly while you're taking care of them. So that sort of game, it had a really cool premise, but unfortunately the actual... I'm gonna just nerf the giant, but yeah, the actual gameplay did not stand up to the hype, I guess. The people that played it said that the biggest problem with the game was the fact that it wasn't scary enough, because you know, a big thing about horror games is the fact that once you die you have to reset the horror game, but that was not the case here. A lot of people's biggest complaints regarding the game was the simple fact that basically if you get caught by the monsters, they don't actually do that much to you. Wow, the zombie giant it's dead. It's dead. That's what the zombie giant is. It's fully gone. Let's hope that we get rid of this giant. Yes, we do. Okay, cool. So, unfortunately, the zombie giant didn't do too well, but we did get rid of the other giant, so that did work out for us. So, giant on giant trade. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie. I would have preferred for it to have slightly better, you know, I guess rolls. Would have preferred for it to not immediately die, but here we are. I charge after that guy. Continue with this charge over here, and then obviously charge over here. Very nice. Should I go after the Imperial Swords? I think I will with these Weight Lord. Might as well. Counter charge the Orc Boots, and then we'll see what happens. I really hope that these guys are the ones with the curse standard. Yes, they are. That's very nice. Can immediately hex the Knight Commander, and then I can basically give them the hex standard, and that should, you know, get rid of basically the, I guess, enemy dragon and the Lord. But we'll see how it works. So yeah, the curse standard, very nice. The good thing about doing charges like this is the fact that the enemies now can't, in fact, attack us with the cannons. That's very nice. But the downside is the fact that we have a bunch of these squishy direwolves on the front lines, and I would have preferred for that not to be the case. You know, I prefer for the squishy units to continue, I guess, flanking rather than being the front lines. And yeah, these skeleton warriors, they're just kind of sacrificial at this point. So yeah, oh wow, that's, yeah, there goes the dragon. That's not good. Yeah, it's not looking good for me. Let's hope the other side does slightly better. I'm surprised Knight Commander failed, so yeah, the Knight Commander succeeded and we failed so spectacularly over there. I was really hoping for better rolls. Let's see what happens over here. I think the giant might be attacking the direwolves in the side, which would not be ideal. These guys are also routing, okay. Hopefully that gets in the way of the giant. I think it does actually, yeah, it does. Wow, that's really lucky, I'm not going to lie, that we actually got rid in the way of the giant. So that's very nice. Attack them in the back and then we'll see what happens. I can't actually do anything about the other side, so okay, that's a bit unfortunate. And there's the giant, okay. Hopefully that blocks the enemies from attacking us, but we'll have to see, won't we? And yeah, we're just gonna have to like ping pong, I guess, with the Wight Lord over here. And then everyone else is just kind of, I don't actually know what everyone else is doing. I don't think we can do anything with the other guys. Because they're just stuck, and the enemy's also kind of stuck there as well, so yeah, it's a bit of a trap, isn't it, on that side for the enemies, because they're kind of blocking each other, and yeah, I guess we can only hope that the units buy enough time for the rest of the army to actually do something. And yeah, okay, these walls are slightly better, they're not the best walls either, because yeah, the knights are still completely demolishing us. And we do get some rolls on the Imperial Dragon, not enough though. The Imperial Dragon is still very scary. So this Wight Lord does quite well, and he does in fact do quite well. So this is one of the few good things that's happening right now. Let's see. So I really want this guy to rat off the map, and yes, cool. Him ratting off the map is very big. So yeah, Zoocosis, can't die in it. Unlike a game called Soma. Soma is like another horror game where you can't really die, but the whole point of that horror game is the fact that, you know, it's about it's kind of like an existential crisis type of game, Soma, where, you know, it talks about the body and the mind, and you know the whole game is basically based on you know, what are you, what makes you human, because you kind of wake up in this underground, like underwater facility, and you try to escape it only to partially escape. And if you played Soma, I guess I won't spoil it for you, but the partial escape is really mind-boggling, you know. Who escaped, who was left behind, you know. What sort of sacrifices did you make along the way? It's just you and kind of like another person that's like an AI. So, you know, if you think about like these smart interfaces or something like that, so it's really yeah, it's a really well done game. That's what I'm going to say. But it's also like a really existential crisis. So, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, that's for sure. I can only hope that I have enough movement range. No, I don't. Okay, that's going to be awkward, isn't it, later on? But that's fine. Should I even be going after those guys? That's the real question. I mean, probably not, shouldn't I? Yeah, I probably shouldn't be going after them. So I'll see how we do over here. I mean, okay, maybe not the best rolls. Come on, oh well, this is not going well. Okay. So the rolls are really not going in my favour. That's for sure. I've been really hoping for really nice rolls, and that's just not been happening. So let's see. Giant, yeah, giant is always going to be a problem, and these direwolves run off. That's not good. Let's hope that my Wight Lord does well over here. And he does do well over here. Very nice. Now I could probably charge the giant in the side and hopefully see how we go from there. Because otherwise the giant is in fact going to charge us in the side. That'll be a problem. That's fine. I don't mind the, you know, Knight Commander attacking the direwolves, because hopefully the direwolves can actually deal with him. And then maybe afterwards we can even in fact charge the light cavalry. That is a plan. Let's rally these guys. Come on. Yes, that's very big. The fact that they came back is massive. Okay, right then, cool. Hopefully I can actually move through here. Then I can... Oh, wow. Yeah, but the plan here is the fact that I can maybe get like a sneak peek in. Yep, that's cool. So yeah, that basically allows me to charge the mortar, and then obviously because I can charge the mortar, we can go from there. So let's hope I get rid of this single guy over here, and then we'll see where this goes from. Also hope that I get rid of the Knight Commander, but no guarantees over there. The giant is really quite a big problem, so that's what the Wight Lord will most likely be fighting for quite a while. So yeah, it's a very slow process. He has quite a good defense and he has good discipline, so he's not going to be vouching. And so it's going to be a long process, that's for sure. Come on, I really hope, and there we go. That's massive. That was massive. I finally got rid of that guy. Wow, was that really painful. That was painful indeed. So I'm going to just continue charging after those guys. Move on to here. So very nice. I tried to get rid of some of the mortars, I guess. And then, yeah, I feel like we should... I'm surprised the cavalry was able to charge us. Like, what? Okay, yeah, we should be winning against the cavalry because we have more power and we got more skill. But I'm not going to lie, considering the rolls in this game, anything could really happen. Anything could happen. You could get good rolls or you could get absolutely, screwed over by the rolls, and yeah, it's just not good. Luckily, the enemies are in fact going after these skeleton knights, which are going after their cannons, mortars, I guess. So it's quite good for us. The only good thing about the Wight Lord within the retinue of zombies is the fact that zombies are in fact undead, so you know they're not going to be routing. But I don't know if it ever was a problem, the fact that they might rout. So let's hope that this also destroys this mortar. Yep, it does. Very nice. So it's just about, I guess, finishing these guys off in the back because I really need to get some... wow, I really can't charge in there. That's not good. That's really not good. I guess I can charge into the side of the giant. I mean, that's really bad. I was really hoping on getting through there. I was, in fact, really hoping on getting through there. Let's hope that these guys take a while to get through. Now, the good thing is the fact that, you know, they've only got this Imperial Knights left and the Light Cavalry left, so we'll see how well this works, won't we? You know, in terms of fast movement, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to see a light at the end of the tunnel and I'm just not seeing it. Like, some sort of beneficial thing over here that's just not really happening right now. Okay, that's not good, but at least the direwolves are still in. And okay, that somehow worked out. And okay, there goes the anti-crumble. That worked out very well indeed. So I'm pretty sure this Wight Lord can go in here, and then these direwolves, they cannot charge this. Wow, that is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie, because I was really hoping that I could actually charge the people attacking my skeleton knights in the side, but apparently no, that's not the case. I'm gonna pass some turns, see what happens, because I really don't have a choice here. I am gonna have to pass a turn. We'll see what they do. Really? You could get a shot on these guys? What? What? That's not good. That's really not good. Oh man, that's so bad. Yep. Okay. Right. Do something like this. He's most likely going to get shot. Yeah. Oh wow, that's not good. I mean, it was. I didn't have a choice. I either moved him up or he just did nothing, and yeah, it just didn't really work out for me, did it? And yeah, there we go. At least the final guy dealt a wound. I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's up to these guys rout off, and they do in fact rout off the map. Very cool, and that should let my Wight Lord charge back through. No, it does not. Okay, this is a bit annoying because this means that we're now going to get shot by at everyone, and yeah, this is just not good. But we'll see how this works out, won't we? Do something like this. Maybe get a charge off. We'll see. We'll see. So that's cool. There's obviously these guys over here as well. That's fine. And then obviously, yeah, attacking the mortar over here. Okay. So we'll see who the Imperial Knights attack. They'll most likely attack the Wight Lord, won't they? We'll save that. That's very nice. Yeah, the Skeleton Knights with the Banner of Mist are probably the ones that we want. Being shot at. And okay, zombies dying. That's fine. The Wight Lord has his own, you know, health bar, so it doesn't really matter. We'll see. This is not looking good. I really have to, you know, I really have to win these, don't I? So, they're wavering, so that's a good thing. They don't really have that much left, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. The enemies are in fact looking quite in a good position to start attacking us. So we'll see. So yeah, really need these to go through, and that's really nice. No, that's really bad. Like really, a 4? You failed a 4? That's so bad. And this is a draw as well. Wow. What? Yeah, this is what I mean, that, you know, whenever you need good rolls, it just doesn't happen. Then the good thing about the whole situation is the fact that if we do get rid of the mortar here now, it should kind of get the Orc Boar Chariots out, because it is an Orc Boar Chariot, and as we know, Orc Boar Chariots are in fact very, very soft. Ooh, wow, there goes the Wight Lord as well. So that's not really good, is it? No, it's not. That's really bad. Let's roll to save, and okay, that's not good. Oh wow, this has gone really poorly. I probably should have used the hill more. I think that using the hill would be more beneficial in terms of decision making, I guess. But yeah, it's just a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Oh wow, yeah, a bit unfortunate. So here we are. I guess the dice rolls just went with us. Okay. Yeah, your army has been wiped out. That's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Defeated by the Unholy Alliance in Act 2. That's a bit unfortunate. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next episode. Bye bye.